My beautiful friends, can we have an honest conversation about midi skirts? Because here's what I've discovered. Most advice tells you what to wear, but nobody tells you why it works. Today I'm sharing 7 visual science principles, and at Secret 3, I'm revealing the one fabric working against most women over 60, because you deserve to know exactly why. On your body, at any budget. Let's get into it. If your midi skirt has ever felt almost right, but something was just off, here's what I need you to know. It was never your body. It was a visual system that nobody explained to you. I've spent a long time studying how these optical principles work on real bodies, the bodies most of us have after 60. And what I've found changes everything. Today we're covering 7 visual science principles, and every single one comes with a shopping guide. Us and UK retailers, exact search terms, 3 budget tiers, all coming at the end. And the fabric I mentioned? That reveal is at Secret 3. There's also one mistake that throws the whole look off. Even when women think they've found their perfect midi length, that answer is coming at Secret 5. Let's start with the one principle that governs everything else about a midi skirt, and it all begins at the hemline. Secret 1. The hemline science. This is the single most important variable in any midi skirt. Here's the optical science. Your eye travels down the body and stops at the first strong horizontal line it encounters. Where the hem falls, that is where your silhouette ends. Land it at the widest point of your calf, and the eye stops right there. That width becomes the visual base of your entire outfit. Drop it 2 to 3 inches lower, and the eye continues past. The leg reads longer. The look reads expensive. Watch this. Same skirt, 2 hemlines. Think about the last time you tried on a midi in a fitting room. You stepped back from the mirror, and something felt almost right, but you couldn't name what was off. Now you know exactly what it was. Your perfect midi length is not a number on the label. It is the relationship between your calf's widest point and where the fabric falls. A practical guide by height. Under 5'4", aim for 34 to 35 inches from your natural waist. Between 5'4" and 5'7", 35 to 37 inches. Taller than 5'7", 38 to 42 inches. Here is how to check it. Put the skirt on and step back 6 feet from the mirror. Where does your eye stop? If it stops at a wide point on your lower leg, try one size up in the same style before anything else. That single move often gives you the extra inch you need, at no additional cost. For those of us whose calves carry more fullness after 60, and this is so incredibly common, this principle becomes even more powerful for you. Going longer almost always solves it completely. The below-knee midi is not a restriction. It is your greatest ally. And here is the shopping guide for Secret 1. Smart find, under $50, Amazon, midi skirt 36-inch length, UK, M&S, below-knee skirt, ASOS, midi skirt 35-inch, best value, $50 to $150. Talbots, J. Jill, UK, Bowden, next, below-knee midi skirt. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Eileen Fisher, UK, Hobbs, Phase 8, tailored midi below knee. At Secret 5, I'll come back to something about midi length. A mistake I see even when women have the hemline exactly right. More on that soon. For now, there is a second critical horizontal line in this outfit. The one that creates your waist. Secret 2. The waistline illusion. Your eye scans a silhouette for the narrowest horizontal point. That is what it registers as the waist. Not your actual anatomy, just that focal point. When there is no clear narrow point, the eye reads the torso as one uniform width from bust to hip. That is what creates the visual of bulk. And it has nothing to do with your actual size. My beautiful friends, if your midsection has changed since your younger years, and mine has too, I want you to hear this. It is genuinely good news, because we don't need to have a waist. We create one. We direct the eye to a horizontal focal point, and it does the rest. 3 ways to create this focal point. 1. Place it higher. A waistband or top hem landing just below the bust creates a visual waist 2 to 3 inches above your actual waist. For most of us over 60, that higher point is the slimmest part of the torso. 2. Use tone. A waistband in a slightly darker shade than the skirt body draws the eye directly to that horizontal line. Contrast tells the eye, this is the waist. 3. Use your top hem. End your top at the narrowest part of your mid-torso, and the eye goes exactly there. End it at the hip, and the eye travels lower instead. Both approaches work. They simply place the waist at different points. Watch this. Same body, A-line cut versus straight cut. Notice where the focal point forms naturally. For fuller midsections, a wide waistband in a slightly darker tone, paired with a top ending at the natural waist. That combination creates the strongest visual waist. For straighter torsos, any A-line midi with a visible waistband creates the focal point on its own. And for those who've had abdominal surgery, an elasticated waistband in a matching tone gives the same visual result, with complete comfort as the priority. And here's where to find skirts designed with this in mind. With search terms that cut through everything else. Smart find. Under $50. Amazon, A-line midi skirt wide waistband. UK, M&S, A-line skirt elasticated waist. Yours Clothing, A-line midi plus. Best value, $50 to $150. Chico's, Ann Taylor, midi skirt defined waist. UK, white stuff, fat face, A-line midi waist detail. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Eileen Fisher, A-line midi skirt. UK, jigsaw. Hobbs, contrast waistband midi. Now you know how to create the waist. Next, let's talk about the fabric of the skirt itself. Because this is where I see women make the most common and most avoidable mistake. Secret 3. The fabric weight formula. And this is where I keep my promise from the very beginning. The fabric that most women over 60 are choosing and working against them is the heavy polyester blend. It makes complete sense that so many of us reach for it. It's marketed as wrinkle-resistant, travel-friendly, easy care. It does everything practical you could want. But here is what it does optically, and this is the part nobody mentions. Light hits the fabric surface. Heavy fabric catches it unevenly. It concentrates at the pressure points, the hips, the thighs, the stomach. Those shadow and highlight contrasts are what the eye reads as bulk. Lightweight fabric distributes light evenly across the whole surface. The eye reads that as smooth. And smooth is exactly what expensive looks like. There's one more thing, movement. When lightweight fabric moves with you, the eye reads that fluidity as quality. Stiff fabric holds its shape, and that rigidity reads as cheap, regardless of what you paid for it. Here is the short version. Fabrics that distribute light beautifully: lightweight crepe, georgette, viscose and rayon, ponte, which gives structure without the weight, and lined chiffon. For special occasions, silk, or a well-made silk look satin. Fabrics worth reconsidering. The heavy polyester blends we just talked about. Thick denim in a midi length, stiff unlined linen, and heavy jersey knit. And this is a principle, not a rule. If a fabric you already love passes the 2 tests I'm about to give you, trust your body in it. 2 tests. You can do both in any store, right now. The touch test. Hold the fabric in both hands and give it a gentle shake. If it ripples and falls fluidly, that's a good sign. If it holds its shape and stays stiff, it will hold that rigidity on your body too. The light test. Hold the fabric up toward a light source. Even texture across the surface, smooth optical read. Heavy shadows pooling at the folds, that same unevenness will appear on your silhouette. For fuller hips or thighs, lightweight fabric in an A-line cut is the most flattering combination that exists. The fabric skims rather than clings, and that skim is doing all the optical work. And for those in warmer climates, Florida, Texas, or the south of England in summer, lightweight viscose or georgette actually breathes far better than polyester. So here, comfort and elegance are exactly the same choice. This is a principle, not a rule. If a fabric feels wonderful on your body and passes these tests, wear it with complete confidence. And here is where to find these fabrics, with search terms that go straight to what you need. Smart find, under $50. Amazon, crepe midi skirt. H&M, viscose midi skirt. UK, ASOS, Georgette midi skirt lined. Primark, crepe midi. Best value, $50 to $150. Talbots, crepe midi skirt. J. Jill, Ponte midi. UK, Bowden, crepe midi. Per Una, at M&S, Georgette midi. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Eileen Fisher, silk midi skirt. Vince, crepe de chine skirt. UK, Reese, silk skirt. Jigsaws, crepe midi. Now you have your hemline, your waist, and your fabric. There's one more piece above the skirt that governs how expensive the whole outfit reads, and it all comes down to one visual ratio. Secret 4, the top to hem ratio. And this single principle unlocks every single top pairing you'll ever make. Your eye evaluates every outfit as a visual ratio, the height of the top against the length of the skirt below. When your top ends at the natural waist, that ratio is 1 to 2, 1 part above, 2 parts below. That is what the eye reads as elegant and refined. When your top ends at the hip instead, the ratio becomes 1 to 1, equal halves. And the eye reads that as casual, perfectly nice, but not polished. Here's what's interesting about the 1-2 ratio. It's the same proportion that appears in classical architecture, fine furniture, and centuries of visual art. Your eye has been calibrated to read it as balanced for your entire life. When you hit that ratio in your outfit, something quietly clicks, and that click is what expensive looks like. For most bodies, a tucked top, full tuck, or half tuck achieves the 1-2 ratio immediately. A top ending at the natural waist does the same. For fuller middles, if you prefer coverage, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, the key word is structure. A top that ends just below the natural waist with a structured hem still reads as near 1-2. A flowing top of the same length does not. The structure is what signals proportion to the eye. For petite women, this one is critical. When your top ends at the hip, the 1-1 ratio cuts your height in half visually. For petite women, this effect is even more pronounced. A half tuck or a waist-length top is always the better choice. For posture, a top ending at or above the natural waist lifts the entire visual line of the outfit. The eye reads the body as more upright. It is one of the subtlest details, and one of the most powerful. Here is how to check your ratio right now. Take 3 large steps back from the mirror. Don't look at the details. Look at the overall shape. What does the eye see first? A longer skirt below, or 2 roughly equal halves? If equal halves, your top is too long. Tuck it at the front, or try a shorter style. The half tuck is worth knowing. It creates the 1-2 proportion for most bodies, softens the waistline definition for those who prefer it, and takes about 10 seconds. And here I want to come back to something I mentioned at Secret 1, a mistake that happens even when the hemline is exactly right. I'll connect that to this at Secret 5, because what you choose above the skirt genuinely affects what works below it. And remember, the complete shopping guide for every secret today is all coming at the end of the video. And here are the tops, with search terms that find exactly this cut. Smart find, under $50. Amazon, fitted top hem at waist women. Target, structured women's blouse. UK, ASOS, structured blouse waist length. M&S, tailored top. Best value, $50 to $150. Ann Taylor, waist length blouse. Talbots, tailored women's top. UK, Hobbs, structured blouse. White stuff, fitted top. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Eileen Fisher, silk top. NYDJ, silk blouse. UK, Jigsaws, silk blouse. Rice, tailored silk top. You have the hemline, the waist, the fabric, and the ratio. There's one more element, below the skirt, that either reinforces everything you've built or quietly cancels it. And this is where the mystery from Secret 1 finally resolves. Secret 5, the shoe connection. And here's the length mistake I promised. Since Secret 1, I've been carrying something for you. A mistake that happens even when the hemline is absolutely perfect. Here it is. You find a beautiful midi skirt. You get the hemline exactly where it needs to be. And then you choose a shoe with an ankle strap, and it quietly erases everything. Ankle straps are on some of the most beautiful shoes available. They're on the heels we've admired for years. It makes complete sense that we reach for them, but here is what's happening optically when we do. An ankle strap is a strong horizontal line across the leg, and horizontal lines tell the eye, stop here. So the silhouette ends at the ankle, not at the hemline where you worked so carefully. That horizontal line at your ankle says to the eye, this is the bottom of the leg, and all the hemline science from Secret 1 gets quietly undone. For the leg to read its full length, the eye needs an uninterrupted path from the hemline all the way to the floor. Here are the choices that preserve that line. Best option, a block heel or kitten heel in nude or skin tone, or matching your stocking or bare leg color. The eye continues the leg line without interruption from hemline to floor. Second choice, a pointed or almond toe flat in a coordinating color, lower but no horizontal cut. The line stays clean. Ankle boots, they work, but only when the boot color closely matches your leg or stocking tone. High contrast ankle boots and a bare leg create the strongest possible cut. The closer the match, the less the interruption. Worth noting, multiple thin straps across the foot create multiple horizontal lines. Each one is a new stop point for the eye. My beautiful friends, I hear you completely on this. Comfort and elegance are not a choice you have to make here. A block heel with a wider lower base is just as elegant as any pointed stiletto, and far more practical for most of us. That's where you start. If balance or stability is a concern, a flat shoe in the right color does this beautifully. Heel height is not the variable. The toe shape and the color relationship are everything. For wider feet or ankles that carry more fullness, look for block heels with a wide toe box. Many comfort brands are built around this. The search terms I'll give you, find them specifically. And for those working with medical footwear needs, the optical work is entirely in the toe shape and the color match. A well-chosen medical shoe in the right tone does exactly what a designer heel does, optically. Watch this. Same outfit, two shoes. Notice what happens to the leg line. And here are the comfort first shoe brands, with search terms built for exactly this. Smart Find, under $50, Target, block heel women, DSW, nude block heel, UK, M&S, wide fit block heel, New Look, block heel wide fit. Best value, $50 to $150. Aerosols, comfort block heel. Naturalizer, block heel dress, UK, Clark's, wide fit heels. Jones Bootmaker, block heel comfort. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Cole Haan, comfort dress heel. Sam Edelman, classic court heel. UK, LK Bennett, kitten heel almond toe. Clark's premium, comfort court shoe. Now the whole silhouette is working. Hemline, waist, fabric, ratio, shoes. There's one variable left that runs through the entire outfit, from collar to hem, the color relationship. Get this right, and everything you've built looks more expensive without touching a single other thing. Secret 6, the color vertical. When your eye sees a strong color break at the waist, it reads two separate pieces. Two pieces, shorter. When the color flows from top to hem, the eye reads one continuous line. One line, taller. That is the whole secret. For maximum elongation, the same color family in different tones. Navy on navy, camel over taupe. The eye reads it as one unbroken length for intentional contrast that still works. Use the color shift at the waistline only and make it define the waist. Darker below, lighter above. That contrast is working for you, not against you. What to be careful with? A bright top against a dark skirt with nothing to anchor the waist between them. The eye sees two competing halves and loses the elegance of the full length. One more layer, your skin tone. Warm tones, golden, olive, deep brown, glow in warm neutrals, camel, terracotta, warm ivory. Cool tones, fair, pink undertoned, cool brown, glow in cool neutrals, slate, dusty rose, soft taupe, and for those in warmer climates, lighter tones elongate more than dark ones in bright light. A cream or pale ivory tone-on-tone is both cooler to wear and more lengthening. Comfort and elegance, the same choice. And here is the easiest shopping shortcut for this principle. Buy a cord set, a top and skirt in the same tone, designed to go together. Smart find, under $50. Amazon, Target, matching skirt and top set MIDI. UK, M&S, ASOS, Cord MIDI skirt set. Best value, $50 to $150. Ann Taylor, J. Jill, tonal outfit MIDI. UK, Bowden, Sea Salt Cornwall, monochrome MIDI. Worth every penny, $150 and up. Eileen Fisher, Max Mara outlet, tone-on-tone MIDI. UK, Jigsaw, RIS, monochrome MIDI set. 6 secrets down, 1 to go. And this final one is the most underestimated, because it has nothing to do with the skirt, the top, or the shoes. It's about everything you add on top. The finishing edit. Secret 7. The finishing edit. Accessories are visual anchors. They direct where the eye travels in your silhouette. A necklace at your collarbone draws the eye upward, toward your face. That is where you want attention. Heavy, dangling earrings pull the eye down and outward. Studs or small hoops keep it at your face. One statement piece that draws the eye to your face, not 2 at full scale at once. 1. That is the rule. A bag carried at elbow height creates a horizontal line right at the midsection. Shoulder bag or crossbody, cleaner silhouette. For fuller arms, the crook of the arm works better than elbow height. Before you leave the house, remove one thing, just one. Notice what happens to the whole look. Edited restraint signals confidence. The expensive look is always about restraint, not absence. For arthritic hands, magnetic or toggle clasps. Many beautiful pieces are made with them now, worth searching for specifically. For accessories, price matters far less than placement. A $15 pendant at the right length outperforms a $200 statement piece at the wrong one. In the US, search collarbone necklace 16 to 18 inch. In the UK, pendant necklace 18 inch. 7 secrets. The hemline, the waist, the fabric, the ratio, the shoe, the color, the edit. You now have the complete visual system. Let me pull it all together for you. My beautiful friends, here's what you now know. You have the complete visual system, where your hemline falls to elongate the leg, how your eye creates a waist, which fabrics carry light beautifully, how the top to skirt proportion signals refinement, what your shoes do to that leg line, how color unifies the full silhouette, and how the finishing edit signals confidence rather than effort. This is not a collection of rules to follow. This is your visual toolkit, to use, to adapt, and to make entirely your own. The fabric trap, the heavy polyester blend, remains the single most common MIDI skirt mistake I see. Now you have the 2 tests. You'll spot it in any store, immediately, and the length mistake that persists even after perfect hemline work. The ankle strap that cuts the leg line. You know this now. Toe shape and color match are your variables, not heel height. I've pinned the complete shopping guide in the comments right below this video. Every retailer and search term we covered, organized by budget, US and UK. It's there whenever you need it. Here's the thing about the MIDI skirt. It is, without question, one of the most elegant pieces available to us after 60. But most women never unlock what it can truly do for their silhouette, because they've been given rules without the science behind them. You now have both. The visual principles and the optical science behind every one of them. The next time you're getting dressed or standing in a shop, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you'll know why it works. Which of these 7 secrets surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this helped you feel more equipped and confident, I'd love for you to share it with a beautiful friend who deserves to feel exactly the same way. Next week, I'm going to share the one piece that works with absolutely everything in your wardrobe, including your MIDI skirt, and makes any outfit look instantly more polished. I'll see you there.